I think Orlando looked at Indiana and thought, why not us?
And when they faded down the stretch and then were an easy out in the first round, I think that was not well received. And I think finally the Magic had to get off of the sideline.
After a year filled with injuries, disappointment, and losing in 5 games in the first round, it was clear it was time for the Magic to make a move, which they did, making one of the most surprising moves of the offseason, elevating them as a real threat out east, but maybe even as a legit contender. Speaking of that surprising move, which was them trading for Desmond Bane, which wasn't cheap, but Bane is a perfect fit. First and foremost, he's a great shooter from deep. The Magic needed to add more outside shooting. They were so bad from deep last year, like historically bad. Bane doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. He's great moving off the ball, shooting off movement, and spotting up, along with being a good closeout attacker, allowing the Magic to still keep the ball in Paolo and Franz hands for most of the time. But Bane has the ability to scale up and handle the ball more when either Paolo or Franz go to the bench. Yet while bringing all this offensive juice, Bane is still decent defensively, so he won't massively hurt the Magic's defense, which has been their calling card for the past few years. While Paolo is already an all-star level player, him taking a jump is a big deciding part if the Magic can be a real contender. Paolo has to improve his shot diet. Him being able to hit tough mid-range jumpers off the dribble, it's nice that he has that aspect in his game. His shot diet is more of those kind of shots than needed. Paolo has to remember how big and powerful he is. Bro is 6'10", 250. He has the tools to finish against anybody, which is evident with how good his finishing numbers are, and he's a better passer and playmaker than people think. Defensively, he's decent, but needs to improve as a defensive playmaker and being less foul prone. So if he can cut out those not necessary mid-range jumpers out of his shot diet and improve a bit more defensively, Paolo being talked about as a top 10 to 15 player in the NBA wouldn't surprise me. Franz Wagner is already a top 25 player in the sport. He's so good at almost every aspect of the game. He's a very good finisher, cutter. Franz is good as a passer, playmaker, and defensively. He can guard bigger wings. He can force a good amount of steals and deflections, but the one aspect he's not good at is his outside shooting, which needs to bounce back. Which, if that happens, we're looking at a top 15 to 20 player in the NBA. Jalen Suggs is a high-level starter and fits well next to Paolo, Franz, and Bane. He's a very good point of attack defender that mainly defends guards. He's very good navigating screens and is an elite defensive playmaker. The thing with Suggs is, can he become a better passer and playmaker? Can his shooting from deep be consistent, and can he stay healthy? Even if only his health and his consistency shooting from deep improved, Jalen Suggs would be providing top 50 something player impact. Wendell Carter Jr. is the Magic's biggest question mark in their starting five. He's coming off a mess season. While defensively he was solid, offensively he was bad. But in the 2 seasons prior, he was efficient from the field and from deep on okay volume. If he can get back to the offensive level of those 2 seasons, while still being a decent to solid rim protector, he can be a good enough center for the Magic to make a deep playoff run. Anthony Black is already a very solid to good point of attack defender that mainly defends guards. He's a good defensive playmaker, but offensively, while as a passer he's fine, he's not a respectable shooter from deep right now, which makes him hard to play in a playoff setting. If Black can just get to 35% from deep on 4 attempts a game, he could be a decent rotational player. Now, before we get into the rest of the video, I would appreciate it if you could like the video, as it helps the video perform better in the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe. We just hit 800 subscribers. I appreciate all of y'all that helped me get there. Next goal is to reach 900 subs, and I know most people watching my videos are not subscribed, so please subscribe. Mo Wagner is one of the best backup bigs in the NBA. He's a good finisher. He can shoot from deep, albeit on low volume. While he's not a good rim protector, he's a very solid defensive playmaker. The question with Mo is, how does he look coming off tearing his ACL? He won't be back until mid to late December, but I think Mo can return to his usual level of play by the end of the season. season. Goga Bitadze is a good backup center. He's done a good job filling in when either Wendell Carter Jr. or Mo have missed time, which he will have to do again this season with Mo dealing with the ACL tear. Goga is a solid finisher, rebounder, passer, and rim protector. He's very solid at getting blocks, steals, and deflections. He is a bit foul prone though, but with how much positive value he brings defensively, the Magic can play him 15 to 20 minutes a night. Jonathan Isaac is coming off his first relatively healthy season in 5 years. While he's not the same defender he was a few years ago because of the lower body injuries, he's still a good defender that as a defensive playmaker causes a lot of havoc. Offensively, he's very questionable. Most of his value as a player comes from his defense, but you live with that in a 15-minute per game role. Tyus Jones was a fine signing. He gives them more playmaking, which is not one of this team's biggest strengths. You just know what you're getting with Tyus. He's a steady backup point guard, giving a high assist to turnover ratio, a quality floor spacer that is bad defensively. Tristan Da Silva, Jace Richardson, and Noah Penda are their wild cards. Da Silva showed his junior and senior year in college he can be a good shooter from deep on real volume while being solid defensively, but that didn't carry over in his rookie year. The Magic getting Jace Richardson and Noah Penda at 28 and 32 were steals. Jace is a high IQ, efficient guard that doesn't make a ton of mistakes. He projects to be a guy that complements stars well, but right now he's too reliant on his left hand. Along with his small stature and trouble getting around screens, he will probably be a negative defensively out the gate. Noah Penda projects to be a good role player as a high IQ forward that is a good on-ball defender who can guard multiple positions, while offensively being a good cutter and connective passer and reliable floor spacer. But Penda has to show that his 3-point percentage is for real and improve his off-ball defense. If I had to pick one of them to be in the rotation, it would be Da Silva because of his size and length. I believe his outside shot will go up as well, and Jamal Mosley will have more trust with Da Silva since he's going into his second season. The Magic feel as the clear third best team in the East with their combination of length, great defense, their depth, having two young wings potentially taking a big step and bringing in more offensive juice. It could be a magical season for Orlando. I appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is the ceiling for the Magic this season? See you on the next one.